Now our slider is all set. Let's enable pagination as well. We have our layout for the pagination inside the PGIA control block, which has a link within a div with the class name PGIA Pagination. First, we're going to add interactions to make the active pagination item stand out from the other dots. On the tree panel, select the PGIA Pagination item link. Now go to the action list and click on interactions. The interaction settings should appear. For name, enter current. On trigger, select no event, as this will automatically be triggered as the slider scrolls. Leave the target blank, as we are targeting the element itself. Now click on Edit Animation, and the timeline editor should appear. Now click on the blank space of the timeline editor to create a new transition, and a transition setting should pop up. For type, keep as tween. For position, enter 0. For duration, enter 0.2. Click on Add Property, go to Transform, and select Scale. For scale, enter 1.5. Now this is the interaction that should be applied to the active slide. We will do this next while enabling the pagination on our slider. This is on the same scroll scene settings which were applied to the PGIA slides container. Here we need to do three things: enable pagination, generate pagination items with the same number as the slides, and apply animation for the active pagination item. Select the PGIA slides container on the tree panel and go to the scroll scene settings. Click on Pagination and Options. Some settings will appear. For paginate, select Pages. For items, click on Edit Selector. In the pop-up field, enter caret.pgia-slider pipe.pgia-pagination-item. This selector targets all PGIA pagination items inside the PGIA slider element. Now press OK. Next, we should enable Create Items below. This will automatically generate pagination items by detecting the number of slides in the slider. Now let's apply animation for the active pagination item. We have already created an interaction on the PGIA pagination item with the name current. So now let's use it. On Activate Item Animation, enter current. On Deactivate Item Animation, enter dash current to play the same animation in reverse. Now we are done with the pagination setup. You can also check the first pagination item is now 1.5 times larger than the others because this is the running active item animation. Check this by clicking on the slider control buttons. Press the Alt key on your keyboard and click any of the control buttons, and you should see that the pagination item moving to the active item as well and changing scale. This will be useful when we set our slider for autoplay later. Now pagination dots will show which slide we are on. Let's add one more interaction to make it work on click. We can make it go to the particular slide when we click on any of the pagination dots. On the tree panel, select PGIA Pagination Item link and check on the interaction panel. We already have one interaction applied to it. Now click on the Add Interaction button and a new interaction setting should appear. For name, enter Scroll to Slide. For trigger, select Click On. Leave the target blank. Click on Edit Animation and the timeline editor should appear. Within the timeline editor, click on Selector and select Edit Selector. In the pop-up field, enter pipe.pgia-slider, pipe.pgia-slides-container. This selects the slides container within the closest slider block. Click on OK. Now click on the blank space of the timeline editor to create a new transition, and a transition settings should appear. For type, keep it as tween. For position, enter 0. For duration, keep 0.5. Now click on Add Property, go to Scroll, and select Scroll To. For Scroll To, select or type item. Using the value item will auto-detect the index of the pagination item and matches the same index of that slide. Lastly, click on Advanced Options and enable Prevent Default Action. Now save and refresh the page and click on the pagination item, and it should take you to that particular slide. To click on the pagination items, remember, press Alt on the keyboard and click on one of the pagination items if you don't have clicks turned on.